everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to review and wear test the Stay Naked foundation from Urban Decay. So a couple things about it is that it is $39 and you can buy it at Sephora or their freestanding stores. Now, this foundation is matte. Now I am dry and my go-to foundation right now is the Forever Skin Glow from Dior. So this will be a fun little trick in seeing how this wears. So yeah, I am going to flip to this morning and see you in a second. Good morning, everybody. So we're gonna do my first foundation review. So grab your coffee. And good morning. So the foundation that I'm going to review is the Stay Naked. And I wanted to show what it looks like when you open it. So it says, good things happen when you're naked. So that's really cute when you open it. So I need to stop saying so. I have a bunch of colors here. So that we can see what color I am, but I have a feeling I am 20 CP. Now, I did my normal prep. I washed my face with just a gentle like Cetaphil, and then put the Tatcha Dewy Skin, and then I did the Ghost Democracy facial oil, and I am now on camera gonna put on the Veil Mineral Primer. And again, I can't rave about this enough. It is mineral based, not silicone based. And what that means is that instead of putting silicone on your face, which is plastic, you can get the same effect as silicone with the smoothing, because a lot of times we want to smooth out our pores. So anyhow, and it makes it waterproof. I'll keep saying that over and over. All right. So let's look at 20 CP. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. They also have a really great range of colors. Yeah. Now, what they claim with this foundation is, let's look at the box. Well, I can't read that. That's in a different language. Okay, so weightless liquid foundation up to 24-hour wear. So we can test that and see. And something cool too is that on the top of the lid, let's see if we can focus in on that. I may have to take a picture of it later. Can you focus? Anyway, if you look at the top of the lid, it has the breakdown of the color shades, which is really cool. So ultra fair shade, which is the number, and then you have warm for the W, because this is 10 WY, warm, and then yellow. Oh, that's really cool. So the master tone and then the undertone. So then for the one I'm gonna use today, let me see if I can find the box, which is 20 CP. I got a bunch of boxes here. 20 CP, okay. So the one I'm gonna use today is fair shade intensity, so number 20. And then C being cool master tone, and then pink undertone. I like that. That's really cool, and especially because when we go into a store, we don't always get help. And sometimes we're too stubborn to get help. So, to be able to get it right, you can just look on the top of the box. Way to go, Urban Decay. All right, let's put this sucker on. So we're primed and ready to go. I'm a little worried because I'm wondering if this is going to be matte. I don't know if it says anything about matte. Weightless liquid foundation. I'm not seeing anything about matte. So we'll find out, because I will look 20 years older with a matte foundation on, because baby girl is dry. So today will be fun because me and the boyfriend are gonna go to, I guess it's brunch if it's at 10:45. And then I might force him into going to a couple stores with me. But we'll see. You know how that goes. You don't tell them until you drive up to the store. Okay. So far, so good. The consistency I really like. I'm also using a Morphe sponge, by the way, but see, the consistency is really nice, which I like. Nice and thin. Does it say? I was gonna see if it said anything about coverage, but I mean, it seems to be full, so can't complain about that. So I want to see how it looks when I layer in some areas that I want to hide. And normally the areas that I like a little more coverage is right down here. I'm digging the coverage, which is awesome. So I'm gonna bring you guys in so you can kind of see what I'm looking at here. So I don't see any issues around the nose, which is good. And I'm not seeing any dryness. It's not really accentuating too much of the dryness, which is good as well. Maybe just a little bit on my nose, but I am dry on my nose, so yeah. All right, well, not mad about it. Foundations are also one of those things where it's like you gotta wear it throughout the day to really know how you feel. Let's see what it looks like with powder and concealer. And the ones that I'm using is actually from this collection. So the Stay Naked in 40 CP. And just since I'm so lazy, let's do this guy. Obviously they work well together because well, hopefully they would work together since they're both from the same brand and the same line. The idea is that you would hope that they would work together. So let's put on some powder. I'm gonna do my normal, what looks like Hourglass, but actually Ben Nye powder. Using my Unknown Crown brush. I'm gonna stamp that in. Here we go. So flexible, breathable, real skin, matte finish. Medium buildable coverage. Does not transfer. Minimize appearance. Okay. Since we know this is going to be a matte finish, I might have to pop out my Touch of Dewy Skin Mist just so that I can prep it for success, but also not hate on it. Or maybe I shouldn't. What do you think? Maybe I shouldn't, so that we can see how dry skin that is prepped correctly reads under this specific matte foundation, because that's probably not a bad idea. Even with powder on, not looking cracky, not looking gross like I normally do with matte foundations. So yeah, as you can see, not too much going on around the nose, and I look smooth. So I want to see how this reacts to my go-to bronzers and blushes and highlights, and see how with building up powders to see if it does anything. But I'm gonna start out with my Huda Beauty Tantour in Fair. I'm going to go into my beat up Hourglass Holiday palette from last year and use the bronzer. I need to get a new one. I'm just gonna play with these guys today. Hourglass makes some bomb blushes. And of course, going in with my MAC Soft and Gentle highlight. I like to pop on a little Danessa Myricks, her in light powders in Love. So if I'm being honest, because this is matte, bring it in a little bit. Do you see how it's showing this texture right in here from the highlight? I normally don't have that issue. But when you're dry, it can show texture because it's drying you down versus wearing something that's glowy like my Dior Glow. I'm gonna pop on my Dragon Beauty powders to brighten a little bit. Since this is something I do, I wanna make sure and do it. Let's pop on some eyes, lip, and outfit, and I'll be right back. All right, pretty people, I'm running so late. Jason's gonna kill me, he's outside waiting. So I will be back. We'll do a check-in at the end of the night, and yeah, let's see how this foundation does. All right, guys, we're back, and I have worn this for I've worn this foundation for 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 hours. So I think 8 hours is a good amount of time to kind of decide whether a foundation, A, will do what it says, so last, well, 24 hours, but last all day and be able to be blurring, I believe is what it said. So let's see. Let's zoom you in and see what we think. Okay, so now that we have a closer look, I wanted to look and get a nice close up of how it looks on my forehead. Nothing has moved here, which is fantastic. And then through the nose, normally with matte foundations, it tends to show off this area, which there's not too much. And yeah, I think the close-up wise, it's really good. Even with all the lights blurring it out, it's not lying. I'm happy about that. Hello, pretty people. So instead of 1 day of review, I decided to do 3. Today, I did no primer. So I thought 24 hours is a very, very tall statement, and I thought I'd push the limits. So, no primer, 7-hour workday, and CrossFit. So let's bring you in closer and see how the foundation lasted. From what I can see, and let me get my mirror, nothing seems to be bad. Of course, because it's been a long day, there is a little mascara and a couple things, but all in all, the foundation doesn't look too bad, right? Coverage-wise, it hasn't moved. I mean, I'm a little dry in my nose area. Can you see that? I don't know if you're close enough. But yeah. Also, something that I'm noticing is I'm not getting a lot of active breakouts after a long day of wearing it. So I think because it's oil-free, us acne-prone people, no matter if you're oily or dry, it's not gonna break you out. So I think I'm digging it. But we still have 1 more day of testing to really be like, yeah, this is a good foundation. But yeah, coverage is there. I'm not feeling like I didn't have to touch up throughout the day. I think that was the main thing. I didn't feel like I had, again, here it tends to be a big place for me, and it hasn't moved. Urban Decay, you might be changing my opinion on matte foundations. All right, so let's see what day 3 brings us, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, today is day 3. So the foundation has been through 7-hour workday, CrossFit, and between those two, a 15-hour nap. 15 hours. I meant 15-minute nap. So it's been a long day, to say the least, and the foundation has held up. Now, something I did learn this morning is I wanted to try and add a new element. So I didn't put primer on, but I prepped my skin the same way, and I wanted to add oil and mix it into the foundation, and that was a big no-no. So don't try and dilute the foundation with oil. All it does is make it separate and freak out. It like wouldn't stick to my face. The sponge was going everywhere. Like it was grabbing it and then putting it back down. It just didn't know what to do. So do not mix the foundation with oil. But I do want to zoom you in. I am very pleased because my face is not moved. I'm very lucky that I don't sweat a whole lot when I work out. I mean, I do everywhere else but my face. So my foundation doesn't necessarily move, but I look really even just looking in this mirror and even in the monitor. I'm not mad about it. So this foundation is definitely a win, and I'm keeping her. So let's zoom you in real quick. Okay, so this is us zoomed in and all up in my grill. And again, like around the nose, as you can see, no separation. I don't see anything here, nothing settling, which is fantastic. And I also think it's because the consistency is so thin. You can build it up. Most of the time where I want coverage built up is through here, which is, I know, interesting, but I don't know. I feel smooth. I don't feel the foundation. A lot of times anything that's matte and has a little bit of a dry down, it feels tight by the end of the day, and this one doesn't. So Urban Decay, you got a winner on your hands. So if you're looking for a matte foundation or a foundation that if you prep well with dry skin, that you can wear all day, and clearly through CrossFit and working and like a normal lifestyle that's not just throwing it on and washing it off, the Stay Naked Urban Decay foundation is a win. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And if this video earned your subscription and maybe even a like, thank you so much and welcome to the team. And if there's anything that you can think of or anything you want to see or anything you want me to review, sound off in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.